Rewire your sex energy. One of the earliest tricks from NLP is the Swish pattern. Unfortunately, like many other NLP ideas, this was treated as a once-and-done trick, mainly because of how it was taught and learned in seminars. NLP seminars are like many other guru-type seminars. The seminar experience is kind of an alternate reality. Everybody is excited about all the cool tricks and how much better their future might be. And when they try the exercise, they kind of pretend they work, especially if the NLP seminar is expensive and in some exotic location or even a nice hotel like many are. It would feel terrible to admit to yourself you've wasted your time and money. So everybody kind of pretends that the techniques work fantastically. So when people do the Swish pattern inside the seminar, it's easy to believe it's a once-and-done trick. The Swish pattern does work, but it takes time. You basically take some trigger that comes at you unexpectedly from the world. And before you learn about the Swish pattern, that trigger causes an automatic and unwanted emotional response. This unwanted response is kind of like a little kid touching a hot stove. This creates an automatic cause-effect link in the kid's mind. So they see the stove and they automatically feel afraid. This is naturally overridden over time. Slowly but surely, as they grow up, they override that hot stove equals danger with a different response. Hot stove equals grilled cheese. Hot stove equals happy pancake party. Hot stove equals cooking dinner and hoping I get laid. So yes, it is possible to rewire any negative trigger responses in your brain. But since you're essentially rewiring a fear response, it takes plenty of time. Metaphorically, when the brain sees any kind of danger or potential danger, anything associated with that danger is laid down with very thick brain wiring. Those ancient ancestors of ours that didn't have this automatic fear thick wire response didn't survive. So in order to override that thick wire with pleasure, it takes time. What kind of pleasure? Well, in the hot stove example, the fear of pain was slowly overridden with the pleasure of eating. But an even better pleasure is sex, especially if you use the same trigger. Most of us have an automatic sex response like this. We see a hot guy or a girl. We feel horny. That horniness makes us imagine talking to them and hopefully getting some. That causes fear and anxiety. That fear and anxiety drives unattractive body language. This is likely the most famous vicious cycle of modern human life. The trick is to break this cycle using that very same sex urge, to stop that chain of events that ends up with unattractive body language, and build in a different chain of events to end up with very, very attractive body language. So instead of feeling nervous when you see a pretty lady, you will automatically feel insanely confident. To learn how, visit mindpersuasion.com/sexual-charisma.